Hi guys, my name is Sam and welcome to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a look with the Lime Crime Venus XL palettes. This is what it looks like. Oh, it's so pretty. This color scheme, like these warmer tones, are like calling my name. I love shades like this. This shade especially, this like orangey pink shade here, just looks amazing. So today we are going to be diving into this and playing with it a little bit. So let's go ahead and just go right off the bat. Whenever I look at this, I immediately think of the Lime Crime Venus 1 palette, which I have right here. So let me open them up for you guys so you can kind of compare. So here's what they look like side by side. Just the tone-wise, they remind me a lot of each other. This palette is honestly one of my favorite palettes that I have. Whenever I'm getting ready to go out and do something, I always reach for this, but I have so many palettes that I force myself to put it back because I want to, you know, dive into my other palettes. But I find myself reaching for this one a lot because it is one of my favorite palettes that I own. So one of my favorite looks I've actually created with this, not on camera but a long time ago. So I love this palette so much. I'm super excited to try this one out. So let's go ahead and stop talking and just get into it. The first shade I'm going to dip into is this really fleshy tone called Blank Canvas first. I'm going to apply this all over my eyes. And for primer, I just use some concealer from doing my base before filming. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing yet. I want something bright and vibrant. So we'll see what we can come up with. So I scooted you guys in a little bit closer just so y'all can see better. And for the second shade, as a transition, I'm going to be taking the shade Scallop and applying that into my crease. And I'm also going to be bringing it into the inner corner as well. And just bluffing. And I'm going to be buffing that out. I feel like I didn't have to work too hard to get this color to buff out. It blended out so easily. But I'm not surprised because their other shadows do blend out easily as well. So with that shade down and blended, I'm going to be using the next shade, Idolize. I would just with a little bit of a smaller blending brush and applying that into the crease and not blending it out as much as we did the first shade. And we're going to be dragging that into the inner corner as well. With that one in place now, I want to go a little bit darker, so I'll be taking the shade Passion, this really pretty shade here. I'm putting that almost in the same spot, but blending it upward. So for that, I'm going to be tilting my brush a little bit up like this and just placing it in the crease. And because it's tilted up, it's only going to blend out or blend up. And just to deepen it just a little bit more, I'm going to be taking the shade called Aphrodite. And just with a very small brush, again, I'm going to tilt it up and just place it right where my crease is. This line does not have to be perfect. And then after I place it down, I'm going to blend it out with this same brush as we used before. Again, making sure it's tilted up. That way it blends upward instead of down. I want all the focus to be, or all the blending to be upward. I'm going to clean it up later as well, so just in case if you do happen to get any shadow below, that is perfectly fine. We'll go in and clean that up later. I'm going to cut out the crease just using some concealer and a crease brush. So for the cut crease, I'm going to go like in a swooping motion at the end of the eye. So I'm just going to place this down first. And I look up, and then wherever the concealer touches, that's how far I'm going to go up with it. Just before we place anything down on the lid, I'm going to go back into that shade Aphrodite, and on the line that we made with the concealer, I'm just going to trace it just with a small brush. And if you do little teeny tiny strokes back and forth, it helps to blend out the shade a little bit as well. This also helps if you maybe messed up on the concealer a little bit. So now for the lid, I was going to take a shimmery shade from the palette, but I think I want to try out the shade called Flora, this really pretty corally shade right here, and place it all over the lid. So I placed that down, and I kind of regret going all the way up to the line that we made. I'm going to attempt to make a negative space in between these two shades. So again, I'm going to be taking some concealer and just on a smaller brush. I've never done this before, so I'm kind of nervous. But we'll see how this goes. Just to set that in place, I'm going to be taking the first shade we used, Blank Canvas, and tapping that on top of that negative space that we made. So this is the first time I've ever done a negative space like this. It didn't come out too bad, but I definitely need some practice on this. Before I finish, I move on to this eye. I'm going to use the shade Goddess, this and one right here. I'm going to put that in my inner corner. And also bring it up like right here on the lid, but in the inner corner of the lid. kind of blend that out. I'm going to finish off with the lower lash line and take that first, not the first shade, the transition shade we used, Scallop, and run that under. I'm going to run this one pretty low as well. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the shade Burnt Gold, this more brown color here. And just take the smallest bit of that and run it close to my lash line, but still smoking it out. And then with that shade Passion, I'm going to take a little bit and apply that as well. And for the inner corner, I'm going to go over the shade that we put down earlier with Ethereal. I'm just placing that right on top. And just for the waterline, I'm going to be taking the NYX Jumbo Pencil in the shade Yogurt and applying that inside. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish the other eye off camera, and then I'll be right back and we can finish. Okay guys, so my lashes are on along with some mascara, and I added winged eyeliner while I was waiting for my lash glue to dry. But I thought it would be a cute little idea to add a little gemstone or something to the inner corner of my eye. So I have they're meant for your nails, but I bought them with the intentions of using them on my eyes. And they are just these little teeny tiny hearts. You can see I have some gold and also some silver, but I think the gold would match a little bit better. So I'm just going to use some lash glue and apply a little dot. And I'm just going to use a white eyeliner pencil to pick it up and place it right there. Okay, so I thought it was only right for lips to use a Lime Crime lip product. This, I believe, is from their True Love collection. I'm not sure. It was like a whole Valentine themed, I think, last year. But this shade is called True Love, and it is more of a vibrant color. Thought it was only right to match with our vibrant eyes we have going on. Just a little bit in the center. I'm going to be using the Lime Crime lip gloss in the shade Cherry on Top, just for a little bit of a gloss moment in the middle. Alright guys, so that is it. We are done, completed with the look. We have created this cut crease with a negative space. It was my first time and I think it came out pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it could have been better. My lines could have been a little bit more straight, but for my first time it wasn't that bad. And so far I'm loving this palette. This might be like an everyday palette. I feel like you can get so many looks out of this. I mean, it's huge. First of all, 18 shades. A lot of shades, a whole lot of options, opportunities, you know, stuff to create. So I overall am really happy with the palette. I'm so happy that I snagged it before it was sold out or anything. I'm definitely going to be playing with this more in the future. But yeah, that is it for the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.